Wait, can you hear us? Okay. We couldn't hear each other, so that's why we were just weirded out a little bit. But thank you all for being here this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. CROSSOVERARC Day 2. I am Fox and joined here today
with Webb, also known as the Burning Moon, or Horse and Cheese. I'm not sure if they intentionally didn't put my Twitter in there because of the name. Either way, me, Webb, Burning Moon, whichever name you want. The net play tournament guy, the narrow guy, funny Twitter guy.
Yes. I want people to know that you've done a lot of net play tournaments over the last 3 years now, 4 years almost?
Only approaching 2, actually, but...
I feel like you've been doing stuff in 2019.
No, I actually just first, showed up to the scene in 2019.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Is that when I played you?
No, you played me in early 2020. I played at, the second to last LP for the first time before the quarantine started.
Right.
You were my very first match, too, actually.
I'm sorry?
You were my very first match as well.
Oh, my bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would do that. I'd be like, oh yeah, you should play this person. And then, I think I remember playing you. You had all the narrow stuff down for the most part. And then I was just like, oh, I'm just going to start flying at you and see what happens.
Yeah. I remember at the time I was just like, oh wow, I almost took a round off this guy that made top 8 at a major. Nice.
And now, I can't beat you anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, damn, he got really good over the last 2 years. And he understands his character way more.
Yeah. It's kind of scary what's happened to the NA scene lately, where people are starting to pick good characters and actually understand how they work.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people over the last, before early 2020, people were just picking whatever they wanted. And they were like, oh, my character has a lot of weaknesses. I can't really do anything about that. But everyone finally realized that, hey, these top 10 characters are really good for a reason, and I'm glad that they're picking it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this is way more frustrating to fight than I remember it being.
Yeah. Though in all fairness, even the mid tiers are a lot more frustrating to fight nowadays, just because there's so many more resources and tech floating around on how to fight effectively, rather than it being mostly exploiting meta habits that your own small scene has.
Right. Because I know a lot of people. East Coast, they kind of do the thing where it's double shield. They'll shield lift, shield again. They started doing what is it? They started doing tech forward heat mash.
Block shield counter into low shield.
Yes, I really hate that, but it does work because you're just like, oh, okay. During the gap, I can just low shield here, and most of the pressure is low shieldable. Which is smart, but at the same time, it's come on, guys. You can't just be mashing low shield like that.
It's there's a logic behind it, but it is still kind of gimmicky for, the broader scope of playing the game.
Because you want... more people have been getting consistent as they play, which is good. But then I'll still see some habits that are just really exploitable, but because no one really grinds against it or understands what's going on, stuff just gets to get away with certain conditions. You're just like, okay, they like to jump here, they like to constantly shield here or mash here, fuzzy mash, that it doesn't get exploited.
Yeah. Sometimes it can even go hand in hand with the addition of resource and optimization, because now there's more reward off of these things too.
Yes. All right, they're good. They're going to be going.
Yep, this should be a Klinsytatari versus Sango. Yep, these are two. Speaking of net play, these are two people that have played the net play brackets I run or commentate pretty often.
Do you know where they're from? If they have given you that information before?
I know they're both east-ish coast. At least off of the ping I get to both of them. Klinsy's further south, I think. Klinsy actually, she recently was one of the people that got banned from my beginner tournament series the last I ran it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the series where if you make top 8, is it top 8?
It's mostly just either if you win and then oftentimes the other people in top 3 will get banned too, just because you're too fucked up for the beginner tournament. As we see here, we're already going into the Oki.
Akia. Cool. Just jump on Waco. Down H flip should be the end of the rep.
go either way. Really believes in that mash.
Yes. Versus the Nani of all characters.
Yeah. It's probably, it might have been in response to seeing specifically him going into 5B on block, because that has a really shit cancel window.
Yes, that's true. But I feel like Nania 5C kind of does just exploit your stubby 5A, 2A.
Yeah.
And has a pretty big hitbox.
Mm-hmm. The advancing factor is definitely useful too.
I don't know if that's supposed to be air throw.
I hope it is.
Something.
Just keep that momentum up. Doesn't go for summon Oki, but if we see that DP, why not?
Oh, Sango. Uh-oh. Jump!
Throw that.
Yes! Nice.
Gaming.
So that's something a lot of people actually still don't know. Half Moon Nania, and I think
The AADs of CM.
right. The other ones you can air throw, but you have to time it correctly.
Yeah. You do technically get a bigger punish if you like spot dodge or backdash it, but it's cooler like that, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Tatari up 1-0.
Yeah.
You don't. The thing is, I know a lot of people typically don't see Half Moon Xion anymore. Half Moon Vampire Xion. She still has a lot of her good tools, but like they got considerably nerfed in this version of the game from PS2.
Yeah, between like the H-Moon nerf, I know dive kick isn't as good anymore. And then there's also just like the general power creep of other characters that got a lot better here.
Yes. Oh, alright. Text backwards in the air. Oh, really deep jump C. Yes.
Yeah, still getting all that health back too.
There's the bunker. Gets...
Yeah, waits until 2C, I like that, just to like guarantee that it works.
Right, air throw. Oh, tries to wake up low shield. Misses the dive kick.
Might have been trying to attack a little too soon. Ends either way. Lynn's just riding out the momentum off her hits a lot better than Sango is so far. Which, to be fair, is kind of expected between the, like, Oki games both these characters have.
Ooh. Late air dash jump C. Vampire Xion's air dash is pretty quick, so you have to respect that, and the fact that her jump C is one of the bigger normals in the game.
It's really fast, too, which also makes it effective as, like, a rising move in some situations.
We're Nania gaming right now.
Without the offensive teleports, no less. Still have that backdash.
Back on the ground? Nope.
Oh my god.
Oh, the falling jump C no confirm. Last chance here for Sango.
Plus, go back soft.
Oh, yeah. Anti-air 5B.
Another move that got nerfed in this version.
Yeah, it actually used to be bigger. I think it had more class frames as well.
It had a lot more active frames too, I remember that, because now it's got like 2 frames of red, I think.
Is it 2?
It's something really small, if I remember correctly.
Because I do remember PS2 where you would do 5B and it was almost impossible to contest at most ranges. But now it's, you know, not as impressive, but it's still one of those things where if timed correctly, you still have to respect it.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people are just like, oh, you know, she's not one of the best characters in the game anymore, which is good considering the era that we came from before where there used to be armor. Where, like,
right, the anti-A normal armor for some reason.
They were like, oh, it'll stop mashing. And then it's like, no, it just makes it so that like jump-ins are way stronger now. And you can't really, because they wanted to stop anti-air jabs into full confirms, but then it just turned into anything that was jumping is uncontestable unless you had like an actual anti-air using shield.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that because I know like even earlier versions, Melty, they didn't even have like a jump A, like it wasn't that you retained air options on what, you could just like rapid fire them.
Yes, yeah.
Like a ground jab.
There were interesting decisions that they made, but we were just like, it's fun, we'll play it. But then like later on we looked back and we're like, man, this game's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. And next up is Beard and Crocs and Socks.
Is that a Neko Arc cosplay?
I think they're just cat ears.
Okay. Because they have like the black dress on. Oh, half power seal. All right, so what do you know about half power seal?
I know she's generally the most like momentum focused of the PCLs. He, by and large, can kind of get off like reckless abandon one into looping a 50-50.
Yes.
Take them to one corner. Time to guess wrong. One more. And oftentimes the round is over just off that.
Right. Her damage output is fairly high, but then because she has a very like subpar air dash and forward dash from the ground, her movement relies heavily on being able to lock you down with like the lightning here. Oh.
Yeah, lightning lockdown, and then you do often have to just do, again, like, kind of reckless abandon 2-3-6 sometimes to get in.
Yes.
Against top tiers especially, like, it's one of the many matchups that PCL just doesn't like playing at all. Hime, narrow.
Oh, alright, so Beard is somewhere in the air, I can't tell.
Yeah, just trying to get that hit.
Crocs is in a pretty good spot, but I don't think he's ever fought Half Moon powered CL, so this is his first time trying to figure out what the character does, and probably just using Hime's general strength to get through the matchup.
Yeah. Which is fair, considering Hime does kind of like make this character's life hell.
Yeah. Hime having one of the best wall speeds in the game. She has a hover. She has the slowest jump startup, but doesn't really matter for the most part. In neutral, oh, that should be the end of the round.
Yep. Beard is actually another one of the really active net players, too.
Oh, wow. Crocs deciding to burn 100 meter there. The back tech, not a good tech in that position, especially versus Hime.
Yeah, you just don't want to ground tech EX Pillar in general unless you really think Hime is going to try stealing frame. Yeah, that only has one clash frame, even if you do time it right.
Ooh.
Oh, you funny bastard.
He messed up his shield. Wait, Crocs has an overhead. You gotta stand up, bro. Oh, no! Oh, spaghetti. Alright, so Beard's trying to get a clean hit, but tries to DP, gets hit by EX Pillar.
Yeah, that's another really difficult thing in this matchup, because one of your main, like, tools to move around more dynamically with PCL is your, like, DP, take DP series. But Hime can just negate that at any point if she has 100 meter.
Crocs was betting that last sequence there with the BDP, just saying, like, you're not gonna block this, and Beard saying, yeah, I actually will. And that's the other problem fighting Hime. It's not just her DP that you have to watch out for. She actually has the biggest throw range in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's tied with Narrow and Reese. Yeah, she also has a +1 shield counter. Don't mash that.
I mean, if you have a DP or something, you can probably mash it, but, you know, that's bravery.
Yeah. And then her EX elbow is also in Volt Frame 5. And on hits, so that can work against like certain gaps and pressure too.
Okay, here's the mix-up. I didn't know which way to block that either.
I would have probably just mashed.
I think I would have smashed backdash, because like there was no pillar prior. Because usually a lot of fighting Hime is don't be in her BDP range, don't be in her B Geyser range, don't be in her 2C range, which is a lot harder than it sounds.
And then if you're jumping in on her prey.
Yeah, because she has some of the best options for people being in the air in the game, period.
Yeah, between 5B, DP, A Geyser, shield counter, walking backwards.
Alright, it looks like Crocs has a better handle on this match because he was just able to like kind of do the Hime thing where I'm going to force the spacing war where if you pick the wrong option, I kind of just start acquiring more of a life lead where you start getting desperate.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But we're in this time. We try gambling on our shield and minus again.
Cross up? Nope, same side. That's another thing that half-powered CL has. She has the ability during this combo to make it a left-right if she chooses not to do the sender. Wait, does she still get it anyway? Oh, she does.
Yeah, that was fairly seeable though.
Alright, that's the auto burst.
Throw KO.
Uh-oh. Crocs choosing Geyser there instead of like maybe DPing when he saw Beard in the air.
I do wonder if that was just a misinput because it's 2-3-6 versus 6-3.
Yeah. Oh my god, he checked out of the corner.
Because I was personally also calling DP there just from seeing all these other I know I'm minus moments. Just waiting. You can't really do much as PCL, even if Hime's not really doing anything. This character gets so much pressure off of just like standing half the screen away from you.
Hey, late jumpy. You're not ready to block. Let's see if Crocs decides to. Okay, no, he does spin meter. Goes for another mix-up. Fast fall. But he drops the combo somehow. It's okay.
One more hit though. There we go. There we go.
I guess he read the, I don't know what to call that move that PCL has. When she dashes forward with the clash frames. No! You cannot tech versus Hime like that. Fastball again? No. Late jump.
Crouches. I want that.
Last chance here. Oh, there's the bunker. Oh, Beer gave up their turn just like, oh, I'm gonna see a DP, and Crocs not DP.
Ah, that's still a low.
That's the other, that's the other problem. That geyser is a low-hitting special move that is also air unblockable.
That you have to high shield.
Yes.
To make it even worse, while it is technically -17, once you can flight cancel it to remove the frame advantage by like 9 or so.
Right. It turns into one of those things where you have to do a very specific set of EX guard, micro dash, move that has big frames to hit her.
Yeah. And even the EX guard and dashing right after is hard because the way auto guard in this game works is that it's not actually subject to lows, only mids. So you can't just block the first hit of Geyser because it hits 3 times and then immediately try buffering dash.
Yeah, you can't
You'll get hit by the later 2 hits then.
Yeah, so you have to training mode this where you know the last hit is coming, EX guard it, then you could do like your micro dash move to try to punish it. But even then, if you're too slow, she just gets to either block your move or actually just float away and be safe.
Yeah. And if she floats, she can also go straight into EX Pillar right after, too.
Yeah. I mean, she's a strong character for a reason. You can't just be like, oh, it's easy to fight. It's one of those things that comes with time when you learn how to fight her. Okay, so JG is up.
Versus Seebum.
Yes. Everyone should know JG by now. Jersey Geyser, as most people started calling him recently. But he used to be an H-Ryogi player, now he is a full-time FCL player.
Yeah. With a few other F-moons on the side.
Yeah, I think he's been grinding most of the cast during the pandemic.
And then Seebum is another person big on the net play scene. He plays F Miyako, as the Jill shirt suggests.
Alright, both players getting into it. So this matchup is, honestly, Miyako, she's just going to fly at you, try to hit you for like 4,000, 5,000 damage on average. Normals are kind of short, but they're pretty fast, they go kind of far.
And usually pretty active, too.
Yes, that's true. She does have a couple of situations that make it tricky to try to mash on her, but as long as you're diligent and not mashing too often, fighting her is not that bad.
Yeah, she has high reward, which ramps up her intimidation factor pretty greatly, but just due to her like fundamental range problems, she ends up struggling a lot once you've like really polished certain movement options and such.
And then you have Full Moon Sia, who has that flicker jab that you see, and she also has that move that can force clash frames pretty often.
Yeah.
And she also has those knives. She's a pretty well-rounded character. She just suffered. Honestly, I can't really see what she suffers too much from.
I think she mostly just suffers from being in the game she's in.
Yeah, because if this was if most of the top tiers weren't in this game, she'd probably be top tier herself.
Maybe. I feel she still has like certain issues in properly overpowering a lot of high and mid tiers too. Less due to any explicit flaws she has, as much as just how her toolkit ends up like micro-interacting with the rest of the cast. Like there's a lot of other characters that don't reward her much and are generally like more plain and less technical, like say C Coma, that most people think tend to still have like even matchups with her.
Alright, blocks it. JG doing the JG where he's already like, I'm defending by getting out of the corner with movement. Alright, almost 4K off that. Black key.
Block the low, block the overhead.
Oh, jump key contest. Whoops. Alright, JG's trying to...
We're in.
Oh, space with key. Wait, he's gonna eat like 5K. Oh, just kidding. Seebum's almost at max meter, so you could probably get that red HP back with initiative key.
Yeah, we see JG starting to use speeds less there too, so he can't like let Seebum shield and get into max too.
Right. And there was a really messed up interaction where JG did a jump normal while Seebum was in the air, did EX Black Key, and Black Key is an air unblockable Yeah, arrow. Well, you can block the key in the air. It's just that black wave that shows up near the bottom. You can't block
It's an air unblockable and a low.
Right, right. So the game is just kind of like, yeah, you're stuck here. You can't do anything.
Yeah. I actually wonder if that's gapless, but also I'm not sure how much that matters, because I do wonder if that like blocks you enough for her to throw you too.
Oh, right.
I've never seen that interaction. Oh, you try 5Aing that down.
It's kind of scary to 5A a character like CL in the air, because she has a knife, she has projectile. Her jump C is actually fairly big as well. Her jump B also is pretty active and known as the brick.
She just has so many like air stalling tools between knives and just the dive knife too.
Right.
And then she has those extra tools as well.
Try to mash on the plus range from the knife, from the black key there. Dang, JG is speedrunning this so far. Hey, nice cross under 5C.
Yeah, GG. Oh no. Something else we're seeing here is, due to Miyako's really short range, she has a really hard time like contesting while catching backdashes. Even ones that are generally considered not that great, like CLs.
Hey, doesn't fall for the fake overhead. Very nice. But JG doing a good job of either keeping as much space as he can or making sure seebum cannot get out of the corner. That was an aggressive tech.
Oh, that's still hit in the air.
No confirm with the jump A's, but it's okay. JG's just gonna dash into be confirmed.
One more hit, EXPs. No?
Oh, he just ran in.
There we go.
Stood up too early. That is a standing low. When you see that standing like low kick to your feet, it hits low. So you have to crouch block that. You can't stand up too early.
Yeah, in FCL's case, it's plus as well.
Oh, right. A lot of full moon characters, they have more plus. A lot of them standing and crouching normals are more plus than the average like half moon and sea moon character.
Yeah, a lot of characters that like share moves, well, visually similar moves across moons will often, the half moon version will often have less recovery in exchange for not having rebeats. So they're more plus on block. You can more easily play like a safer footsies game with them because there's less risk of being whiff punished.
Because a lot of people they sometimes wonder like, is it worth playing full moon when you don't have rebeats? And it's just like a different play style. You have to commit to saying, okay, this move is plus, and I can kind of figure out where my spacing is. But then you don't have the option of rebeating, which is in itself its own benefits.
Yeah, like when you play an F moon, you get punished more if you like end up autopiling like 2A, 2B, 2C because you can't go into 5A right after.
Right.
But in exchange, you do also just have an easier time pressuring past that first layer of autopilot because you can just do 2A, I'm plus 3, maybe into 5B.
You can kind of like micro walk forward, see if they press a delayed button, counter hit them with something maybe.
Yeah. It's like a different style of, I guess, like button resource management compared to CNH moons. Right,
where you can kind of just like do a C normal, and if you have like if you have a standing A or a crouching A normal left over, you just immediately go into that, you whip cancel, and you have more advantage than normal.
Yeah.
I don't know who we have up here.
I think this is Jog versus Soara.
Okay. I know Soara being the full moon alpha player that we have.
Yep.
But Jog, I haven't seen him.
He's another net play guy.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, he actually won the last tournament I ran, the last like general NA tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, do they know like? I would assume they have to know most of the matchups in this game because they play full moon.
Few of them. F-Coma doesn't really have to be as matchup focused as like CRH does, just because you get so much reward off your OP in exchange.
Right.
So a lot of the time you can just like fish for that one hit, and once you have your knockdown, the game might be over. Between looping your 50-50 and this region just struggling really hard with Coma for some reason. It's like, oh, a 2K command grab. I am just physically incapable of blocking now.
Yeah, I don't So I understand that, like, quote unquote grapplers are scary, but it's like this is a grappler whose only actual thing that is a command grab doesn't lead to too much outside of like the loopable 50-50.
Yeah. Well, even the loopable 50-50 off command grab, it's mostly just mid-screen.
Right.
For the corner, you need a specific spacing so you pull them out. And the command grab itself is just like a slightly more damaging version of, like, say, Nani or Tono throw. So if you have your reduces down in, like, the corner, you can generally just, like, take a few until he ends up getting predictable.
But there are a lot of people where they start fighting, they get command grab like once or twice, they're incapable of having proper defense. They're just like, I need to jump, I need to mash, I need to shield, anything but eat another command grab.
Yeah, it's especially, like, questionable when you see them fighting C or F Coma, because C Coma just does so much damage off his actual, like, combos, and then F gets the 50-50 B&B even in the corner if you actually get opened up properly.
Right. Soara is probably one of the most aggressive Alco players I've seen in a very long time.
I would definitely agree from having seen him both in, like, IRL matches and online.
Online, yes. It is to the credit because they're playing Full Moon Alco, and it's mostly because she doesn't have to worry about doing the game plan that C or H have, where it's like, you know, you can kind of set up a couple of orbs, do full screen beams, just keep her position. Full Moon, you know, she has a full screen Tiger Shot, there's a really good DP, and she has her plus frame normals, which are pretty infamous because, you know, she has a block string of 5B, 5B, 5B.
Yeah. For it's much more like pester a little bit with, like, her specials into I'm gonna beat you to death.
Yes, exactly. We're gonna beat you to death. Every character just needs an Alco 2B, 5B, where they're just, like, kicking and punching at you.
Yeah. And I would definitely say Soara's playstyle definitely, like, embodies Outpo as a character the most, I feel.
Yes.
Just, like, aggressive, happy, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
And, like, wouldn't it be funny if this hit you? Like, there are some instances where they kind of take a weird decision, but it works out anyway. Oh, actually, you can tech there because of the 5C end there.
Oh! I'll be dropped. Forget if these combos are weird on Outpo or not.
Oh, no tech again for... Oh, this DP. Oh! The tech 4 was so aggressive, but it works out.
Throw? Yep.
EX? Oh, it doesn't even... Oh, yeah, back throw does the most damage outside from EX.
Yeah,
correct?
most meterless damage.
Okay.
In exchange for, like, destroying your knockdown options. 2B, you're not contesting that.
Ooh! Try to get the optimal spacing for the ender there.
A little slow to go into 63.
Oh! Steals the corner. EX. Oh, time to guess.
Why is he facing that
I
way?
don't know! So, Melted Blood has this weird thing where sometimes, even though you're in the corner, you will change positions depending on how the opponent jumps towards you. I don't know why. Alright.
Drops in max for insurance, yeah. And that does give you, I guess, a minor knockdown. Oh yeah, another thing with Soara, big gap deep here.
Yes. Oh, overhead. Gotta block that high. Oh, like right there.
Yeah, the one scary thing about that is that Coma's pressure... In F's case, it's not the best in terms of, like, raw, like, ambiguity and block string potential, but a lot of it does, like, space really well against certain DPs once you're out of A normal range.
So a lot of people who think they can just, like, mash DP in a block string usually do die to Coma because he's at a range where even if he gets hit, he can tech real quickly and punish you.
Yeah. The one upside, at least when fighting F-Com, is that once he's out of A normal range, his pressure is pretty linear because he doesn't actually have F-Moon plus frames.
Right.
You need to either charge 2C, which is really slow, or, well, you get back in with Rekka, but you're not plus.
Alright.
But at least his 2A is, like, pretty long, too, when it comes to, like, the length pressure.
Oh my god, he tried to mash in between that string.
Yeah. Hit 63.
Oh, GG. Is he gonna attack? No.
Nope. Doesn't go into another 63 either.
Alright, so he's gonna take the knockdown here. Go for a mix-up.
Throw that? Nope.
Ah, didn't throw in time. Oh! Air dash back over from Joggle to jump C. Alright, it looks like Soara's kinda not playing at the speed that they're used to playing at.
Yeah, might not be used to how to fight F-Coma either.
Oh god.
Considering this was a fairly unplayed character until really recently in NA.
Oh, regular.
And then Jog also is a similarly very aggressive player if you, like, give him any amount of room to.
Uh-oh.
That's over that if we get the link.
Alright, walk back to C, orb. Time to guess again. That, oh, he pressed the button too early, got counter hit by the EX stomp. Alright, there's a low again.
Respects the Rekka Ender.
Ah, I tried to match
That's
too early.
Not death. Now it's death. You can't jump that post flash.
Oh, that's the benefit that F has that C does not have, if I'm not correct.
Yes, C and H, their command grab is longer, but you can jump it post flash. F's, it's really short, but you can't jump it.
Jump it, right.
So it's a better tool on offense, but you can't like grab like limbs if you're like trying to use it as a gap reversal.
Right. But I guess in its own sense, you could just if you're okay with EX guarding, you can EX guard like 1 or 2 strings, and because it leaves a gap, you might be able to do like a walk forward 2-1-4C if you're really confident.
Yeah, like that is the benefit. So like if you're fighting against like plus frame to a F moon pressure, F's is often better just because C and H's oftentimes the jab will just recover in time, or they can just whiff cancel it once they see the super flash.
Right.
Whereas F's, it's like you see it and you might as well just like put down your controller for the time being.
I mean, also if you're good at reducing, I think you can take like one of those because it depends on also like your character health.
It's 3-ish K.
Right, but if you get counter hit and you also miss the mash, it turns to like a really high number.
I don't recall counter hit changing the damage, but I do know like because it's like that one big block of damage, missing the reduce is pretty significant.
Right. Especially, I know a lot of people who have issues trying to like, not issues, but mash to reduce is a skill you require over time.
Yeah.
Because it's not something, I think there's like only like one other game that has mash to reduce in existence, but telling people, yeah, you gotta press buttons to reduce is weird, because they're just like, missing the mash doesn't inflict more damage, but it just means you cannot reduce the next instance right after.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Will's playing. I just looked at the names.
Yep. We've also got a return of Sango.
Okay. Alright, so Willy, also a New York native, he doesn't really play this game. He just kind of like, he's having fun. He's young.
Just kind of vibing, adding to the bracket number. Maybe with some buttons on the way.
Oh, he definitely just wants to do arc stuff and see how far he can get.
Well, Arc's definitely a character for just doing stuff with. They're probably like the most complete character in the game.
Oh, I think hands down, yeah.
Yeah.
Like she, 2-8 to 5K, quarter to quarter. In most cases, 2-8 of like 4K, no meter.
Into a 50-50 usually.
Yes. That's actually unseeable.
Obscenely high health. One of the few characters who usually has like good defense through every step between the high health, seebum heat, meterless and metered reversals. One of the few even air invul DPs in the game.
However, she does require like a little bit of execution, nothing too crazy, but once you get that down, your confirms make you a scary individual because everything leads into the corner.
Yeah, like her initial stuff, it's more intimidating to look at than it's like hard. And it's more if you want to like do like needless juicing when the cut gets like additionally difficult. But she definitely has that extra depth that you want it.
Oh, Sango
out again. Oh my god.
Oh, it's time.
We're gaming.
Oh,
we are fucking gaming.
I knew it. Can you punch that? Okay.
I knew that fucking DP was coming.
Oh, it's not even gaming time, everyone. Oh, too far forward. Land 2C. Willy's is doing it as well. Hey, 56, 56.
That's -5.
Yeah, he does know that. Willy does know. Alright, I guess this is the state that we're in this match.
Yeah, we're teabagging a bit too. Expected.
Oh, I heard the air throw with Willy.
It's a stagger. Oh, 56, no air throw.
wondering why Willy's not actually just doing super jump jump C.
I'm not sure if I feel comfortable seeing in after I've seen this many DPs.
That's true. Hey, make a throw. Throw again. Oh, I had enough. Defensive 5A.
Yeah, you can't 2v2C from that range.
No.
H. Nanya can only confirm his far 2B into 236B, if I remember correctly.
Cactus switch? Moon switch? There we go.
Okay. We need a bit more word off our DP.
Or you just need a dive kick.
Yeah, Sango will often play a different character if he just, like, lose the first time trying to be funny. Like, last time he was in one of my brackets, he played F3 Yogi and H Tono.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, H Tono?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I was gonna say he's hitting combos. Alright, I'm R2C. No C. Oh, there you go. Wouldn't the extensions to the DP hinder him more because it gives him more chance to punish him?
Yes and no, because it does land you further away from your opponent, so sometimes it's a little harder to punish. Like in slower characters' case, like I play narrow, I can't actually get like a landing punish on him. I need to either go for 4C, which is the best game, or hit him in the air.
That's a 5A.
And I forget if it like reduces the landing recovery or not. At least it feels that way at times.
Oh god. Oh, lost the overhead. Very nice, Willy. Dive kick incoming? No, need to see. That was a suspect burst.
Kind of suspect it not hitting too.
Oh.
Do it again. Another one.
Oh.
Ah, damn. That's DP.
Oh, Arc jump C. Too good. He's gonna arc drive? No, Willy's just...
There we go.
Hey, TP.
We're alive though. One more.
You have to know that's coming, Willy.
Sango staying alive, for now at least.
Oh, they both tried to throw. That round start, but Sango did an air throw stuff. Alright, good DP in there. Oh my goodness. Double DP? No. Oh! Good overhead block from Willy, but doesn't block the other overhead.
One more hit can equalize this.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! He must have thought he could air throw that.
Yeah, I forget if you can air throw regular AD on CNF or not.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so, no. I think he should just have like did run up spot dodge, he would have been okay.
Yeah. I forget if it's fully unblockable too or not. I just remember like reading about it on the wiki once because no one used that move, and I remember the wiki description just saying don't use this.
I think it's fully involved. Because I know if you put a button to it, it just like...
Oh, did I say involved? I meant unblockable. Fully unblockable.
I don't know if it's fully unblockable.
Because I know like Tono's arc drive is only like unblockable for part of it, and then another part, I think it's like plus or something. It's like some weird gimmick where like one state is like unblockable, and then I think another part can give you plus frames or something similar like that.
I think so, because towards the end, if you manage to block it, I think he's plus where he can just 2A right after if he does it right. But that's one of those things you have to like. That barely happens. So, like, if you lost in that exchange, I wouldn't blame you because it's so, wait, what is this?
Okay. Like father, like son, I guess?
Oh, yeah. Wait, I thought, Shana was JG's son.
Well, the NEFB Discord says otherwise.
Oh. I didn't know that was the state of, the French Brit Discord. Hey, falling jutsu. Can't confirm though.
Got knives though. Oh, we try chasing that really aggressively.
This is actually working out a little bit better for Willy. He almost got that. He almost actually got the valid confirm for that. Huh. Okay. I just heard GT say out loud, "You really are my son." Flicker. Yep, there you go. Hey, the break. I can't tell if he missed on BP or not. Oh, whoa. I mean, that was an auto burst, so it's okay.
Like one more hit.
Oh,
Damn.
just not blocking on wake up. Alright, so Willy takes it 2-1 with the unexpected switch to full moon CL.
Yeah, I can't say I was expecting this much character diversity off this set alone.
Yeah, me neither. I thought I would have seen Sango like stick with maybe switch to C Nadia, because like most people who play H usually play C.
Yeah.
I feel because like there's very little people who play Nadia who made him actually play all 3 moons.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it's like if you do, you probably are lacking in one of the 3.
In all likelihood, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you didn't enter bracket today, did you?
No.
Oh, you just here to hang out?
Yep, pretty much. I was
Okay.
like, yeah, I'll commentate if like I'm allowed to.
Okay.
Why
okay.
not?
Good. Because I feel like you would have did pretty well if you entered, but I guess it's around that time where playing too much kind of burns you out.
Not really. I just haven't gotten much chance to practice in recent weeks. And I was like, I don't really feel like dropping or like misinputting something into like 2B when I want to eat or something on stream, so I'll sit this one out. Conveniently enough, apparently you just get paid for commentary. I didn't know that.
Yes.
So I don't have like worries about making top 3 to actually get something out of this.
To be fair, that getting paid for commentary happens rarely because
I know.
usually I feel like a lot of people they don't really have the funds for it, but you know, mostly at LP they'll try to compensate you for like entry fee or something. Oh wait, this is Alps versus Crocs.
Yep.
Alps is probably the premier Nania in North America.
Yeah, and the favorite to win the bracket too.
But he has to deal with Crocs and Sox teammate, and teammate versus Nania is still not good for Nania.
No, Nania tends to not like fighting most of the top tiers.
Like
Bime, Roa, Sisei.
How do you feel about blocking versus Nania?
I mean, I don't like blocking most characters, but it's definitely a bit more of a struggle to deal with like most Nania's pressure, just because of how he can advance in your face very consistently.
Right.
Or if he doesn't want to play like the claustrophobic pressure game, he can also do like spacing pressure with 2B and slashes.
Oh. I don't know how often Crocs and Alps have played each other, because I know they're obviously in the same city, but it could just be they're not frequent enough to the same events.
I think they've played at LP once, from what I've seen, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
That sounds right, though.
Yeah.
Oh, jump C hitting the wrong way. He made jump C being,
Yeah, shield that.
Oh, I'm impressed Alps low profile that. Good air throw. Shield? Nope. Decides to defensively burst to keep Crocs in the corner. Be careful about how you took. Good movement from Alps. And go under. Alright.
One more hit.
Ooh. I guess Crocs tried to press 2A wake up there and just got stuck by Nania at 2C.
I'd assume so. As rough as this matchup is for Nania, he does technically have like certain things that require teammate to think twice about certain things, like 2 and 4B can punish guys around block if it's not play cancelled.
Right.
Pillar Oki, depending on how you space it, doesn't actually work because Nania DP just like tears right through it.
It has the most info in the game for a DP, right?
Yeah, it has more info than any other meterless DP in the game.
Yeah, Alps is trying not to get hit by anti-air geyser. Tries to punish with 2D. Ooh. Hey, Crocs stands up a little too early, gets hit by 2C. That's a lot of respect for Crocs.
Yeah, 236A can be an issue in this matchup too, just because it's only -1, and Hime's normals are pretty slow, both 5A and 2A.
Oh,
but we just 2C at that range. But hey, if it works.
Oh, he's not dead. He gets a chance to get the bunker hit.
Oh, we are going really high in the air with teammate. That's scary.
Wait.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Crocs would have been able to like land first and then maybe DP.
I think he did land, so he probably could have DP'd, but maybe just didn't input it in time. Or he did hesitate for once.
Oh my god, that hit him out of the 2-1-4A. Alright, the killer. Oh, good shield from Alps.
Yep,
Gets
you
up.
get out. Tries jumping, but your teammate.
Oh, cross jump feet. Misplaced
Starter.
pressure.
Doesn't go into the Oki wrap from there, but doesn't matter.
I feel like Alps has played enough teammates to understand, like, alright, they're probably going to DP here. They're going to mash some other option here. Maybe wake up throw. Because, like, there, honestly, I would have expected Crocs to DP the first time, but he chose the second time to DP it. Alright, so we're waiting to get another match set up.
Yep.
Is that OnionLust with the Satsuki?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was told OnionLust would be wearing the Satsuki outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot they were supposed to be coming out to this. I'm impressed that they flew out here because I know it's not like the most convenient journey.
Yeah, it's Florida to New York.
And then like you have to find a place to stay in New York. It's kind of hard too if you don't really have like people who can house you or anything like that.
I think he's staying at Alps' place actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that means Alps is probably getting a lot of games versus H and C Satsuki.
Yeah. Like, I remember even before they roomed together, he was actually asking Onion for, like, replays to try, like, testing Satsuki OP in training mode.
I know OnionLust, I played them a couple of times on that play, and I think they started, I actually cannot remember when they started playing, because I do have gaps in my history of when people showed up.
He, if I remember correctly, he, like, started in, like, late 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can kind of, like, divide a lot of the, like, recent years players into, like, certain, like, generations of, like, early, mid, and late of, like, 2020, 2021.
I see.
I feel like this, like, first started, like, late 2019. Like, that's the era when, like, me, Skeleton, and Bitwalker first came around. And then after that, there just came, like, certain, like, generational waves of players that each just, like, improved at faster rates.
Right, which is kind of terrifying, because, like, I remember when most people started playing, like, current code the first time when we got the PC release. A lot of people were just like, you know, the game's kind of complex, you know, there's a lot of stuff to take in. Resources were kind of there, but not too well organized. So, like, you know, you still saw the same people doing pretty well, a few people doing okay here and there. But nowadays, it's like, I hear this net player is really strong, or this net player is really strong, and I play them, I'm like, wait, you started playing like a year ago? Like, it takes like most people like 3 or 4 years to get this good, from what I remember.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is due to like how the pandemic has just forced so many people to just play online and fight just the widest variety of people they possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, a lot of people, it seemed, first off, they didn't play this game because you had locals, so you can play other things that during the online, when we went online, had really shit net code. And even people playing this game didn't net play as much, a lot of them, because they were content kind of just like feeding a small group of people they knew at locals, which gave them like good instincts to figure out certain situations, but obviously it doesn't expose to everything that can happen, because you're mostly playing the same like general set of habits.
And I do know that due to the advent of the pandemic and, you know, just like all the information that's like centralized now, there's like 2 or 3 discords that most people are in for Melty.
Yeah.
Where they can just like ask for like, they can ask for games or ask for info, and they'll get it within 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's like 2 fairly active Melty servers. There's kind of a third one. Then there's like the 2 big netplay servers too. There's mine and Snailedom.
Alright, I heard about those.
where a lot of info flows through. And then there's like other random spatterings of stuff like NFB. Anyway, we have Gaku versus OnionLust.
Oh. Alright, so...
Gaku, another member of the trio of people I banned from my last beginner tournament.
Playing Sealco, I remember them going through like not a character crisis, but it felt like they played like 3 or 4 characters without committing to one of them.
Yeah, it used to be a CCL main.
Yes, correct. Oh, and then OnionLust playing the half Sasuke. A lot of people are probably now familiar with this character thanks to the advent of Moai. Is Moai? Am I thinking wrong?
Ura.
Ura, thank you.
Yeah, Moai mostly plays C.
Ugh. But Sasuke's biggest strengths happen to be that her 5C actually hits at this angle above her that a lot of characters like to try to air dash at you or jump up at.
It can also clash stuff like heat.
Oh, that's right. Because it does have clash frames on it in that instance. Oh.
Yeah, it has clash frames. Then also for neutral, she has charge jump B, which is really hard to contest.
Yes.
Fully disjointed small projectile. Hard knockdowns on counter hit. She can also actually air combo unlike the others, so she doesn't have to fish for exclusively counter hits in the air. And then she also, by far, has the best like proper like corner block strength pressure out of all the Satsuki's.
And it can be hard fighting Satsuki because she just there is a timing she has where if she's in the air and decides to air dash at you late, she kind of falls really quickly. So it can be tough to keep her out of that space. Hey, alright. Gaku gets full screen again. Just trying to keep harass with lasers, orbs. Alright, there we go. Back, save. OnionLust is just trying to like not get counter hit by an orb or a laser to eat a full confirm to go back in the same situation. Don't tech. A little greedy going for like the double wheel route. And then somehow, I don't know why OnionLust decided to tech there. Uh-oh.
Maybe was hoping for another air tech like the first one.
Maybe, but I don't know, because like when you tech the wheel kick, you can give her like another combo if she correctly gets your tech option. Gaku trying a little shield, gets blown up by 5B.
We're in max. I wonder if we're gonna see some sort of setup into the spite. Nope.
Yep, auto burst.
One more hit. That hits all of 2C.
And then
One more hit though.
Jump B, charge jump B. Being really disjointed, so making it so that even if Gaku got a counter hit, he's still stuck in the air longer. Dash 2C from Sasuke. How fast is her 2C again?
It's out on frame 5.
Like,
for a while there were memes about it being fast, but they always still like said it was like frame 6 or frame 7, and I'm like, no, it's even worse.
Really
if only knew how bad things really were.
I didn't know it was frame 5, but it just felt like I could never be in that space safely because she could just press 2C and...
Yeah, she literally has like a jab sweep, it turns out. It also, low profiles, has a really good hitbox.
Like, granted, you need the second hit to like actually get a combo for it, but if you're willing to do one hit into EX arm, then that's all you really need.
Yeah.
Oh no, doesn't get the kill off of it, has to be careful.
Gaku is one hit from taking this round, but Onion's not really... Okay, I was gonna say he's not intent on getting hit, but so much for that.
Alright, Gaku, game 2 looked a lot better for them.
For sure.
Because I think Gaku is also on the tier of aggressive alco like Soara, but a little less so because they're actually playing Crescent as opposed to Adam.
Yeah. Like usually if you're gonna aggro with C, it's mostly about having like this barrage of really varied options as opposed to like having these really strong gorilla tools, so it's much more, I'm gonna like wheel kick into you in scrambles because you want to expect an overhead. or I'm gonna do like 6 overheads in a row to try and get life lead back, and then heat in your face to stop the timer to do it again. That's not gonna kill.
Alright, Gaku's probably gonna look for it. That's unlucky.
Yeah.
Thought they had the timing for land 2A, 3C on the counter hit, but a little too late. Whoop. Gaku does have to be careful because Satsuki does have 2C. She has 2-2A, 2-2B series to confirm off of.
Yeah, Satsuki can actually be pretty scary for a lot of like the more zoning type characters because she has good range on her specials between the 2-2 series. 2-3-6C can then be confirmed from a lot of those and goes really far. And then she also just has the low profile of 2C and 3C. And then she also just has that really strong reward off of any of those as well.
Yeah. So it's really scary to fight this character if you're not confident in a lot of your spacing. Because if she can kind of, like, right here you saw Gaku kind of just, like, giving up that space, but then probably trying to jump too early. And then usually in this situation, she does have a reversal with EX swing punch. So if you're doing something like a 2A on wake up, you have to be ready to do, like, 2A shield to stop that option. But you're also worried about her just, like, jumping on wake up, flying out of your pressure, and then just mash your 5A in your face.
She also has high health, so she can afford to make more mistakes than most characters, too.
Right. So, which is also another, like, unintentional defensive mechanism for them, because it's like, oh, I have more health, I can eat, like, another bad decision or two.
Yeah.
And as long as I don't lose, like, eat, like, 4K, I'm all right. So that's another thing a lot of people don't take into account. Oh, is this a coma mirror?
Yeah, it's the C versus F mirror.
Oh, boy.
Assuming Skeleton doesn't, like, play Nania.
Nania?
Or Knack, God forbid.
They might meme.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'd recommend Knacks. I mean, in general, obviously, but, like, specifically against Coma 2, it's, like, even worse than it is for, like, Neko's versus most characters, because, Coma actually gets extra tick throw setups on Neko's because his 5A whiffs them.
Oh, that's right.
So I can do 5A whiff command grab.
So there's no hit stun there or block stun.
Yeah.
Alright, Skeleton in the red, Dog in the gray.
Ooh, that is probably not intended. This matchup is at least close to even. It might be like slight F Coma favor, so don't check there. Because here you have like the really ground control focused Coma versus like the air game Coma, can like air combo. You can treat his jump B essentially like a disjointed jump A because you retain air options.
Hey, but Jog's jump B hitting Skeleton out of the air doesn't end the round, doesn't do EX ender there for some reason.
Yeah. Nice seeing that Oki was kind of fake from Skeleton as well.
Yep,
But,
through.
yeah. I'm kind of surprised Skeleton canceled into jump 236C.
Oh, right.
Because of how telegraphed of a jump in that was.
Oh, air dash back jump super Skeleton gets a full confirm. Teching there is not the worst option, but it's still a little scary.
Oh, we crouch. Crowd tried 2Bing, but a little late. Go back to hit max. Just ends on 5B.
Oh, yeah, TA.
Probably doesn't want to risk like some sort of Abre into F-Coma situations.
Oh, yeah, gotta hit
are we going to AD?
Nope.
Misinputted probably. This. I'm surprised he didn't take her out of his records actually.
Right. Because you can arc drive out of your special moves.
Yeah, especially because of how minus the first 2 hits of F's records are, you can actually go like straight into the command throw series.
Huh. Oh, gets the answer to C.
Press C2ing, that is 30 frames of recovery.
Oh, there's an Ash. Doesn't get the whole full confirm though. Skeleton takes back. Isn't that plus?
No, only on H it's +1.
Oh, okay.
C's is -3 only, and because it's active for 8 frames, you can actually do like an early meaty with it,
right.
And then it's plus.
And you can do like
50
5A
frames.
to there.
Yeah.
Alright, you can see Jog just trying to stop Skeleton from being in the air with jump B a lot, but I feel like you can't stop Skeleton from jumping really. Alright, back dash.
Nice jump C.
Full confirm. DP under? Nope, air throw under. Oh! No confirm there. Oh, alright, is it time to start just doing shield?
Maybe.
Careful. Oh, alright. Recover some time. Skeleton does have max, so if anything goes wrong, you can burst. Oh.
I wonder if Skeleton's a little late in some of these cases where he's getting like really close and blocking jump B. I wonder if he's like slightly behind on like trying to gold air throw, because he's usually really on top of just like snatching people whenever they're jumping.
Especially if you're that close to each other, it's a lot of people try not to. If they see how close you are, they'll commit to not pressing a button anymore. Oh god. And usually in those instances, you're just like, I'll just block, but then you get air throw and you can't protect them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cancel. Throw him, or
oh,
nope.
He got hit.
Tries chasing that air tech with air throw too.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, drop from jog. 2TC counter hit. Confirm. Backdash will wake up? No. Oh my god.
The green, wow, just knew he was gonna throw there. Not throw 2A there, I guess.
Not dead, but Jog has to land safely somehow. Ooh, good double jump to block the shield counter.
One more hit.
Oh, that's scary. He got hit by Record.
Yeah.
PG, protect. No chance.
There might be space in the corner. There is.
Oh!
Homa, wake up!
What was he pressing with it?
Might have been trying to do like Rising Jump A or Rising Jump B and counter hit fishing tool.
But probably committed too late.
Yeah.
Alright, Record.
You're not really contesting Homa Jump C from below.
Alright, Skeleton being a little more passive this round, but gets hit by air dash jump C. Aye. Didn't know which way he had to block it, got hit by 2A. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh!
And that's why you gotta reduce that.
I thought Skeleton would have been okay even if they didn't reduce.
I did too, especially with Coma Hell.
Yeah.
That just like cut the entire like last quarter there.
Aye.
2B. Don't fall on me.
Time to guess. Oh, a little too early. Coma Waco speed maybe?
Yeah, like this is where the matchup's kind of rough for C, because F-Coma tends to have a better ground game due to either faster or longer ground normals, with the exception of his 2C being worse. And if you want to just like do reward brain rotted head ass, or you can just like Rekka across the screen as well.
Has armor. Armor's gone. Alright, Skeleton. I also haven't seen Skeleton do any sort of like heat option on wake up, because honestly that's the other thing about C that's really strong, is being able to get your life back at 100 meter.
Yeah, I do kind of get why, because Coma's hitbox is really short, so it's not great in pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because even F-Coma's 2A can outspace it really easily. And he hasn't been getting like command grabs off either, which gives you a knockdown that gives you a safe lead.
Alright, Skeleton tries to dash back in. Doesn't get counter hit by that jump B. Stuck in. Oh, bunker.
Yeah.
Oh!
Great spacing on that jump C.
Aye. That was so fast. C, block throw. No, doesn't get there in time.
Yeah, that's what I meant before when... Actually, I forgot if I said on stream or not, if Coma has like a pretty high recovery backdash, or if that was just something I said before. But yeah, Coma backdash goes far, but has fairly high recovery, and just calls the scramble right there.
Alright, last round for both players. I'm pretty sure whoever wins this gets the winner by top 8.
No, they'd be one away this top 16. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Skeleton immediately bursting, wants to keep jogging the corner.
Yep. Well, it also just shows just how stacked this bracket is, that these two are fighting not even at like top 12 yet.
Right. Oh, DP,
Don't
double
tech.
tech. Nice. He's still holding
Wants
his
better
damage.
knockdown, don't tech this either.
Command throw? Yeah, there we go. Do it again? No, backdash. Alright, Skeleton has to be careful because he can still lose off of that exchange. Like right there. Probably trying to jump too
Don't
early.
tech.
Oh, no button. No counter hit. That air dash jumpsuit was terrifying. Tough one.
That's gonna seal it. Good jump from Skeleton.
Yeah, I felt like he didn't start defensively jumping like that until towards the end of the set. Because it felt like he was being a little bit too respectful in the beginning, where he was just like, all right, I'll just block this out and I'll let my defense carry me. But then there were sometimes he was just getting counter hit while trying to rise in the air too early. He kept getting counter poked on the ground too. So maybe it's like, all right, screw it, I'm just gonna start jumping more often.
Yeah. When it comes to defense specifically, holding it against FCOM is really weird because his pressure isn't really good per se.
Right.
Like, he has far fewer plus frames than a normal F-Moon. His 5A is only +2 as opposed to +3, and his 2A is +1 if I remember correctly.
Yes, yeah.
It's also not a low.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
And then, like, his B normals push him out a lot and they're minus. They have good cancel windows, but that's about it. 2C, it's not +1. Nice sign. Unlike C and H's, unless you charge it, which is like a 25 frame move, then +5. But 5C, you can charge it to become unblockable, but that's like a whole second. Otherwise, it's also once, but it's fast, I guess. 2-2B is technically plus. It's like 2-2A, but recovers faster. And then Rekkas, they're kind of like gimmick pressure, and mostly they're going to stay in. Maybe they'll be sleeping on the overhead versus the low option.
It has armor, so like if you try to mash too late, you get armored at the last part of it.
Yeah. And you can technically do a tick throw off of the overhead hit, where you do EX command grab right as you land.
Oh, because it whiffs, because they're, it whiffs over them, then you just cancel into the command grab. Okay.
Well, the overhead doesn't whiff, it's just that it's already -3, usually.
Oh, so when it gets blocked and you land, you're already...
The pre-super flash startup for 2-1-4C is enough to, for throw protection to run out.
Oh.
And then you can't, jump
on
reaction.
You can't jump in it, right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty messed up. Alright, the other... I don't know what JG calls Shana anymore.
Father versus some fake...
A family member?
Family member that's younger.
Alright, these two play... I guess they still play a lot.
Yep. Shana, the winner of the last bracket, held in this venue.
Oh, there's 3 orbs.
Orbs are all up. CL can at least dash underneath those. Granted, you're still fighting C-Roa.
Hey, didn't make it in time. Tried to probably 2B. 56C punishes the 4C whip. Doesn't get the kill there, but he does there. I guess JG was still in the air.
Round 2. Fight.
Second to DP. Not ready to confirm that non-counter hit jump C.
EX. Oh, good double jump shield.
Good shield. You actually don't even have to double jump off of Orb set shield. You can just cancel Orb into shield for some godforsaken reason. Yeah, that kind of can easily turn the tides against even characters that have fast fireballs, try and shut down Orb sets. So you can do Orb det shield, Orb set shield det.
And then you still have a double jump, don't you?
Yeah.
Man, this character. Anyway.
Plus.
Alright, JG doing a good job defending, not giving Shana a chance to come back. Nice. Very ready to stop the fake orb sets there, because a lot of people usually don't contest those. They let Roas get away with that.
Yeah, just due to the intimidation factor of plus 27, the threat of another orb dead. So we can easily just start stealing frames at any given point.
Alright. Oh, JT managed to get under the lightning with the TV confirmed. Double flicker. Gotta be careful about that.
Got a throw. Are we gonna keep it soon? Nope, we are going to die.
I'm surprised he didn't just heat on the first exchange, because he hasn't done it yet.
Well, I do at least understand the first one, because we were seeing JG present stuff like Charge 5C, which can clash Heat.
Right.
Round 1. Fight.
Especially as a seebum player, I feel like you should just try it like once or twice within a set.
Yeah, so with the spacing in which JG was doing a lot of his pressure, even though like you can't 2A, even if there was enough of a gap, Rose DP does go pretty far horizontally, so you can try using that as a like gap disrespect option too.
Right.
Especially with how fast his DP is as well. It's frame 4.
Back to the corner, very nice. Might spin meter here, yeah.
Yep, just want to keep Shana locked down as much as possible. Misses the fuzzy. Still keeping pressure up. Never let Ro play.
Shana, there it is. Just uses 236 to get a hit, get spaced for orbs. JG full screen, but now he has to deal with that orb. Dumping some meter. A black key hits. Oh, good air dash for Shana. He gets shielded, so full confirm.
Getting that hit max as well. Going to give up OP a little bit to get that help.
Besides the blend, he gets to secure the life lead as long as... There we go.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get hit, he was okay.
Yeah. I mean, a good combo could have still turned that around because CL does have reverse guts at random intervals in her health. It's not like mech where it's all the way down. If I remember correctly, it's the second and fourth intervals where she takes more damage for some reason.
Honestly, I forgot those intervals. I just assumed that it's like... I usually assume it's like from half health down is where it starts. Mostly because like most characters, if you do a good combo, they're already at half health anyway.
Yeah, well, the guts ratings are in like 25% intervals. And most of them is just fully going down, but mech is weird because it's fully reversed. CL takes more damage at like 1 or 2 spots. And Hisui also takes more damage right at the end.
Right.
But otherwise, she still gets tankier.
Uh-oh. Alright, we're good. Ooh, Shana managed to get a 2A there on that good side play.
Yeah, he's got max, so nothing spent for that. Out of the sky.
Oh, doesn't get the 260. There we go. Shana gets a bunch of his HP back, gets a lot of space.
JG nearing max though.
Uh-oh.
Where even blocking another orb or two could give him health back, but actually that might not matter due to the timer.
Uh-oh. 3. Okay, he won't get to meter in time as long as Shana reduces that throw properly. Okay. Alright, that was kind of scary because if Shana if he didn't get the reducer, he might have actually lost life. Whoops. Might have been drop confirmed. Oh, dude, she's trying to get an air throw? I guess he thought Shana would jump forward.
Doesn't shield that, so we're +4, which I guess isn't that much in the 0 matchup.
Oh, he doesn't stand up early enough.
2-2-C to reduce. Gotta do your combos.
Shield? Oh, okay, jump shields. Hey, let's get hit by that grounded orb. Cross up, jump C.
This might kill. Nope.
Doesn't get the air throw. Oh no!
We're still alive once more,
Jump
but
C.
the very tip of jump C. I think JG extended something into that too.
I would have just assumed it was a 5A. Because I didn't see like the startup of 5C, so I'm just assuming it's 5A.
Okay, Shana's staying alive. And he immediately rushes in.
Right.
Actually, I think punishing like around 5B from JG even.
I think so, yes.
That gets a bit greedy, tries saying 2 orbs off of 1 debt.
Shield, there we go, gets a flicker. Oh, that looked really ambiguous. Close range. Good EX guarding from Shana to push out JG.
Yeah, just trying to jail him in. Deny all that 0 gameplay.
Hey, right, got the counter hit. Oh. Does he have a full combo, but he still got a knockdown off of it? Hey, good spacing. Yeah, JG likes... JG knows Shana likes to press 2C at like these intervals of where Shana wants to take his turn back, and if a 2C hits, he can kind of run his game.
Yeah. Even without a proper confirm, just a 2C knock on its own is just orb time.
Oh, there you go. Shield to special move after. Wow, flipping didn't come out in time.
Yeah, that was so fast.
Oh, trying to press the button. Wait. He did that wrong.
Yeah, he could have just done a DP, air DP to kill.
Alright, this side is a lot closer than I thought it would have been normally.
Same.
Aye, what punishment to do?
Biggie forcing the max a little soon though. Have to get some more black keys. You didn't want that.
I don't know how you got TTC from that. Step forward. Be careful. Oh, he doesn't hit shot on the way up. Aye, no kind of hands from C. Shana's just getting hit for trying to tech at the worst times.
One more if I can turn this around. But we might see a heat. Okay, he's trying to outspace it. Smart.
Right,
That's it.
And I feel like that was that instance where Shana likes it. Shana's known for getting this really, I don't want to say immaculate, but you know how sometimes when you're fighting Shana and you're right above him, he'll just like do a rising jump and counter hit you?
I wouldn't know personally because I haven't actually fought Shana much outside of
Wait, really?
Yeah, I've only fought him once in net play when he was kind of rusty. And I fought him right before the Grands of TSB in 2020.
Oh. Damn, I thought you would have fought Shana a lot more. Huh.
He doesn't net play much, so I don't really get many chances.
But he likes to, he has this, I wouldn't say habit, but he has this, he has like a good eye for when people are hovering above him to get in. And he'll do like a delayed jump, rising jump A to counter hit you. And even if it doesn't counter hit, it stops you from trying to like approach as well. Okay, so that was the last set for bracket for right now. We'll be taking a break until 4 p.m. EST. Top 8 will be streamed on twitch.tv/Impurist Club. Is that correct? Okay, cool. All right, so we will see you all at 4 p.m. EST. I am Fox. I'm here with
The Burning Moon, Web, etc., etc.
Yes, and we will see you at 4 p.m. EST. Thank you.
See ya.